Recording is on.
Okay, I'll share my slide shortly. All right, I welcome you once again to today's class, and we are still on the topic Agile Product Management. Yesterday we looked at what the definition of Agile Product Management is, and we said it's an approach to building products that helps the team to break down their processes into smaller pieces while iterating customers' feedback. Also, we noted the key ideas, which include to break work into smaller pieces, to focus on customers' feedback, learning and adaptability, and also respond to changes rather than strictly following fixed plan. That is, if we are to use the agile approach, our minds need to be flexible, we need to be open minded. Also, we mentioned why agile product management is important. uh, it saves us development time rather than waiting, so we can grow with the products while we launch to the market first. Also, we looked at the principles behind the Agile Manifesto. We looked at what came about Agile approach, the Agile methodology, which was a group of developers that met, that's 17 of them that met on how to improve their work processes, and they came up with these 12 manifestos. So, and each of them, we were able to go through it yesterday. I won't be buttressing on that. Also, we looked at the core principles of agile in product management, which includes rooted in values from agile manifestos. So, collaboration over rigid processes, which is like we have to collaborate over having a rigid process that you cannot change it. We look at delivering work in smaller pieces as well, embracing change for customers' benefit, and iterating based on the feedback gotten from customers. We also look at the life cycle of agile product management, which include vision and backlogs. We know what backlog is and vision as well. We also look at planning and sprints. We looked at delivery and feedback and hydration. So, what do program manager do in agile program management? We looked at that as well. They define the problems, they identify the users and business needs, they prioritize and deliver the most value, the set products directions and visions, and they also act as the voice of the customer. Since the customer is not physically present, as product manager they act as the voice of the customers, and also they manage priorities and measures impacts, which it's quite interesting and made it easy for product managers to quickly transition into project management, since their role embodies both. Then we looked at who are those that use this agile product management. Technology companies, health industries, finance, fintech, healthcare, retails, and consumer goods, fast moving consumer goods. Now, there's no one that cannot use agile methodology. So, if you want to launch the market quickly, if you want to break down your work into smaller pieces, you want to grow with the customers while you keep iterating your improvements, it's better and advisable that you use agile product management rather than using the traditional way, which is the waterfall. So you can use Scrum, you can use Agile. Then we looked at the advantages of agile environment. It allows the team to change their direction quickly. So requirements can change, you quickly change your direction rather than waiting to build a full blown product and launching to the market whereby iteration is now difficult. And it's also customer focused. You are focused on satisfying the customer, which is also one of the manifestos of agile product management. Then the fast delivery, work is done in smaller cycles rather than waiting uh or using 1 year after you have your product more roadmap. Rather than using 1 year, you rather break it down into sprints which last for 1 to 4 weeks, then strong frameworks. Agile encourages regular communications. You communicate with your team because you meet them on daily stand-ups, you meet them on sprint reviews, you meet them on sprint retrospectives, sprint planning. So there's this collaboration, there's this communication, there is this communication between you and your team. So it also encourages creativity. So it's there's room for brainstorming. You brainstorm with the stakeholders, with the engineers. You're able to brainstorm new ideas. You learn from your mistakes. You iterate it. You're not you're not too, how do I put it now? You're not scared of making mistakes in an agile methodology. So disadvantages of agile, too many features. That feature keeps creeping in, like requirement changes. So that's one of the disadvantages of agile. And also it's hard to predict timeline and cost. You cannot really say, oh, it's going to take me 10 years, it's going to take me 5 years to build this product, because you don't know what the iteration of the customer will be, what the feedback of the customer that will aid your iteration is going to be. So you just have to, it's not just predictable, so you have to work with the flow. And it's difficult to manage in large organization where you have a very good number of developers. It's not really easy to manage. So it's easier when it's a startup, when you're working with a lean team, it's easier to manage. So those are the disadvantages that we looked at yesterday, and that was also where we stopped. So today we're going to be looking at agile mindset and benefits. So agile has its own benefit and also the mindset. So the mindset of agile isn't just a process. So we should know that agile is not just a process; it's a way of thinking. When you talk about agile, you talk about a way of thinking. Expect change and use of short circles to learn what users value most. So one thing about agile environment is agile methodology. It's a way of you thinking, and also you should have that mindset. What this means is, what mindset should you have as product managers when you are working in an agile environment? First thing first, note that it is a way of thinking. It is only when you know that agile is a way of thinking, that's when your approach can differ from the traditional way. Then expect change. Have that mindset that change is constant. You have, like, change is one of the things, the foremost thing you must you must embrace in an agile environment. So change should not be something that weighs you down, something that shifts your mind. Like, have that open-minded, be open-minded, have that open mind that change is constant, especially when it comes to agile methodology. So your mindset should change. Your mindset should be, yes, this particular thing I'm working on today can change tomorrow. And that's when you're working as product managers, you also preach this to your engineers. When you're writing your requirements, you're not writing your requirements that, yes, if this is this, it has to be this. Like, there is no alternative way. Tomorrow something can happen and that the customer's feedback can change. So have that mindset that change is constant. And also have the mindset that you will use short circles to learn. Short circles. You don't have to wait till 1 year, you don't have to wait till 2 months, you don't have to wait till 3 months. You use short circles. Requirements can change in weeks. You learn within weeks, because as you are ending up your sprint, you are starting off another sprint. As you are finishing up one, you are learning, you are looking at another one, you are iterating, you are shifting that your mind that, oh, this is how it should work. The behavior is changing now because there is now a new requirement. So it's going to be within a short circle. Like, there's not even time for you to, like, start like, oh, how do I go about this? It's short circle because you're running sprints and you need to launch to the market again. Like, you need to release another build. So just within short cycle. So you learn what user value most within those short circle of time. Mind you that you are also learning what user value most because that's what you are iterating. That's why you are learning. Like you're trying to iterate your product to suit customers' need. So what's the benefit of using an agile? What's the benefit of using an agile products management methodology? The first one is faster delivery of usable product process. So the usable product piece. So there is faster delivery of usable product piece because you are launching to the market quickly. You are shipping out your products quickly in peace. You release this feature this week, next week you are iterating your feature, you are releasing another one, so you do not wait to have all of your features completed before you launch to the market. So another one is better alignment with customers need through feedback loops. So you are better aligned with your customers. Mind you, you're building for your customers, you are aligned with your customers because you are getting their feedback. So your product is in alignment with customers' feedback. Your product is improving. Your product is satisfying the demands of your customers. So there is another one, team collaboration and shared ownership. Now, every stakeholder in the management of your product, you are collaborating with them. Everybody is taking ownership. We are all working towards one common goal, which is a working software. So working software over documentation. So everybody knows that, oh, if this product fails, we all fail. If it works, if it succeed, we all succeed. That's how it should be when it comes to agile products agile product management. Then another one is adaptability. You should be able to adapt to changes. Like things will happen, requirements will change. You have to quickly adapt to the market and the customer's behavior. Customers' behavior in the last decade is not what the customer's behavior in this decade is. So you have to quickly adapt to all of this. Then, so this is an example of a fintech application. A team is building a savings application. So now you're breaking it down. Sprint one, you release basic saving goal features. Then you collect feedback. User wants reminders. Now, let's say you want to build a saving application that allows people to save, set up their goals, saving goals. I want to save 1 million naira in a month. I want to save this. So you want to build that kind of application. Then the application also allows them to save their money, not only set up goals, just like we have in the likes of Carrywise, the like of Piggyverse. You have a saving goals, then you save towards it. Now, if you are using an agile product methodology, you cannot wait for all of these features to be completed. So sprint one now says release basic savings goal feature. So you are releasing the basic saving goals. Oh, my goal is to save 1 million naira in a month. You are releasing that feature first. You don't wait till you have the save functionality. You don't wait till you have the invite friends functionality. You don't wait till you have the strict functionalities. So you don't wait for all of that. One thing you are doing is you want to first, in your first sprint, maybe your sprint is 2 weeks, your sprint is 3 weeks, your sprint is 4 weeks. Now your first 2 weeks is to release the basic saving goal feature. All the stakeholders involved are working towards achieving this one goal. So once you release this saving feature, you collect the feedback from user. Now users are trying to look at the application that you have released and be like, oh, this is good, but we need we need reminders. Reminders that if I say my saving goal is 1 million naira in a month, I want a reminder that, okay, I want to be saving, let me say I want to be saving 50,000 naira every day. So I need a reminder so that even when I forget to open the app and save, there should be an in-app notification or a message notification telling me to save. So you've gotten that feedback. You do not wait till you finish the entire life cycle of that product. So you go back to your engineers when you are doing your sprint review. you collect that feedback and say, oh, they want reminder. Yes, we have this feature that says, okay, save. Now they want a reminder. You put it in what they have to do. That's you are collecting that feedback. And in your sprint too now, you are adding push reminders depending on how you want it. Is it in-app? Is it SMS? Is it email? So now your sprint two now, you can see that your plan was sprint one, you are releasing a basic saving goal feature. Now your week two could be, oh, you want to do the you want to add the referral feature. But now because you shipped out what you had in sprint one, it gave you the feedback that users want reminders. So instead of you doing the referral, you quickly ship in the push notifications, the push reminders for your sprint two. When you do that, you also collect feedback. As you are adding the push notifications, you are adding the push reminders, you are sending it back to the users to test. So now you have collected another feedback that says improve design. Oh, they liked it that you have added the push reminders, but the design is it's not giving. Like the notification just come in form of they don't like the design, so they need you to improve the design. You've collected that feedback, you know that okay, when you are working on this, your next thing is to improve that design. So this iterative process helps the team to discover what user really need. They discover it early and they are able to refine it, compared to when you now wait till you have all your savings feature, you now launch to the market. Now this improved design that is coming in after sprint two, now because you do not know that you need to improve design, you thought that that design that you have is the best or the perfect design, you will now have to start changing your design templates depending on the kind of what's it called, if you use template or you use prototype. Now you have to start changing your templates from feature A, feature B, feature C. But now early enough you were able to get that feedback telling you that improve design. So the first thing you have done is you have built a saving goal feature. So you quickly inculcate that, you implement the improved design feature in your saving feature, you also implement it in your reminder, and going forward you use that design. Once your customers are satisfied with that design, you know that this is the template that you will continue to use, rather than you now wait till you have everything then you now start changing design. That means you're changing your dashboard design, you're changing your every feature design, navigation design, reminder design, like you're changing it all over again. So that's a wonderful advantage of agile product management. It helps you to easily, to quickly discover what customers need and you are able to refine it on time. So let's use our everyday application, social platform. A social platform might release posting functionality first, then iterate into commenting, then improve notification design based on user feedback each sprint. A very good example of this is WhatsApp. Now, WhatsApp uses agile methodology. The first feature that they released was messaging app. The first release a messaging app. Everybody can message. I can message you, you can message me, and that is it. Now, as time goes on, they improved. From messaging app, they added the status feature. From the status feature, they added you can react to status. Before now you cannot react to status. They added that, oh, you can react to status, you can mention people in your on your status, you can share people's status. Sharing is a recent feature that was released. You can share people's status, you can even love people's status, which was not there before. So they did not imagine, they had to wait till all of this feature is completed and they now ship. Now the likes of TikTok, what's it called, Snapchat, will have taken over because it's also a messaging app. You can also use it to message. But they did not wait till they have all of those wonderful nice to have feature. They shipped it out in bits, in bits, in bits. I don't know if you get it. So that's just an agile product methodology. If you are using an agile, if you are working on agile environment, you have to understand this. So that I've given an example of a fintech application that uses the agile approach, and I've also given an everyday application. So somebody should also give us another example of an everyday application. Anyone that uses an agile approach. Adedamola, you want to speak?
Yeah, there's TikTok too.
Okay.
Um,
When
so TikTok started with. Can you hear me?
yes, please continue.
TikTok started with posting, then just sending messages. So now I discovered yesterday that now you can send voice note on TikTok.
Hmm.
Then you can send stickers also. You can send, you can, from somebody's posts, you can message them directly. So they've been adding new features.
Hmm. Wonderful. Were you not the one that also talked about TikTok not
Yes,
having a voice?
yes,
Oh,
it was me. I just realized yesterday that is this thing, voice notes. If you update your app, you see voice notes there.
They stole your idea
wow.
actually.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you very much, Adedamola. But Batunde, you wanted to say something to that?
I was saying that they stole our idea.
The what?
They stole our idea.
The school.
They stole our idea.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's a cool idea. Honestly, yeah. That makes sense. So you see that most of these everyday application that we use, they use the agile product methodology. Me, I've not seen, well, I don't know, it might exist, but I've not really seen an organization that still uses the waterfall, the traditional method. Okay, TikTok store. Oh, okay. It is well. Oh. Adedamola, they said TikTok has stolen your idea. It is well. All right. That's awesome. Another anyone with another example of our everyday app that we use.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, so of course Instagram started with just posting on your feed, posting videos on your feed. But then along the way they started okay, they had messaging also. But along the way you could start posting reels. The reels feature was not there before. It's just something that they brought along the way. Then now also on Instagram you can. Okay, so there's this thing that TikTok does that when you are watching a video, you can press the right side of your screen and then it's going to fast forward. That thing is also on Instagram now. You can do that also.
Wow. Like you can fast forward a reel on Instagram.
Yes. When you press, you long press the right side of your screen, just above the like button. You can fast forward it also. Then you can like people's stories on Instagram. It wasn't there before. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Wow. That makes a whole lot of sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. That means they use an agile approach. Okay, so this since we're looking at those are everyday app, it seems almost all of these app are using agile methodology. They are improving. But do you think we have an app that has not improved from when they launched it? Everyday app now. Any idea? I think it's easier for us to get those that are improving. But you see, do we have any? Have you ever used an app that the same way that app was last year is still the same way it is this year?
No.
I did that more.
I don't think any organization will just want to not improve because all the apps that I use every 2 market days, they're always telling me to update, to update.
Even the flow app.
Even which one?
The flow app.
What's the one?
I don't use Flow app, oh, I don't use Flow. I use something else, not Flow. But yeah, everything, even my bank apps.
Yes, bank app. I where bank app.
There are
But there are some bank apps
everyone is
that
on
don't
this
do
screen.
that too. I know of a bank that, in fact, their UI, it's just it's. I don't know. Maybe they have a product manager. Honestly, their UI is so poor.
What's the name of the bank?
UBA now, UBA app is, in fact, is one. UBA and Heco. I don't understand them honestly. UBA UI is so poor. It's look when you are using their app, it's as if you are using USSD, and most of the important things are even hidden. As a product manager, you should be able to put features that, okay, like the send money, no, the airtime recharge. Now you have to start scrolling past, like pay bills, pay electricity, DSTV before you can even see airtime. Is airtime not supposed to come first?
Yeah.
Their UI is so poor. You even look at their receipt sef. Look at their receipt after you make a payment. So there are some apps that are just there. Like I understand that EcoBank is for old people. So even though they don't improve, I don't know. But at least you see all these apps now, especially all these fintech apps, they are improving daily. Like you see their applications, like you see their updates. But some apps are just there. Well, I don't agree, Sha. I do not totally agree that every organization keep improving their app. To go, do we still have to go in existence?
No, ma, that's true.
To go is still in existence now. Abby?
Yes, yes. No, I think I heard someone talk about
I
to
don't know
go.
about that one.
I think to go, you should let me check.
I think
Let
To
me
go,
check.
to go is still
Let me
around.
check out.
Still
You should
there.
still be able to download to go. But it will interest you to know that the future that we still have on to go at that then is still what is there. To go has not improved. And they've not taken it out.
to go as go.
To go. I'm not saying it though. I just typed to go on Hearthstone and I'm not seeing it. I think they
Who even uses to go in 2025? It's weird.
I don't know, honestly. I think to go has gone. I can't find to go again. I can't find to go again. So if I didn't mean to go is still existing, then to go is one of them. To go is one of those apps that do want to improve. There are some other apps that we used back then. I can't really remember, Sha. But it's only to go I can still remember to go like very well. So but it's interesting that to go is no longer there. Okay, Torisoju, you said WhatsApp, you can now reshare. Yes, instead of taking screenshot, exactly. And screenshots, most times you take screenshots, it takes your storage space. So now you can just reshare rather than taking people's screenshots. And when you reshare, the person you are resharing from knows that you are resharing that particular post. Yeah, makes sense. So there, I think almost every day app that people use are improving their applications. They are all using the agile methodology, and that's why it's very difficult for you to see people that use waterfall in this century because customers' need are changing over time. So you just have to you have to keep improving. But YouTube, do you think YouTube is really improving apart from how it used to be? Are there new features on YouTube? Anyone?
Yes, I think when YouTube started, there was no YouTube Shorts. They introduced it along the way.
Okay, okay.
Then for premium, if you minimize, you'll be able to see a smaller screen. It's to show a smaller window. It was not there before.
Oh, okay, okay. You can minimize it. Oh, for premium users. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So most organizations now, if not all, are using the agile methodology because that's the way. That's the best way to do things. Imagine now, Adedamola talked about using TikTok using voice recording. So imagine you thought about that and you decide to build your own application similar to that of TikTok, but you don't want to use the agile methodology. You want to use waterfall. You now listed out all the features from posting pictures to sharing. You want to finish everything so that when you come out, like when you launch your product, it will sweep TikTok in. And you now spend like maybe a year or two to build it, not knowing that TikTok, within the space of how many weeks or months, they will put that feature because they're already launched into the market. So that's another thing about when you use agile. When you use agile, you quickly launch because you don't know as you are thinking of it. So many people are also thinking of your ideas. You don't know who or who. So if they launch to the market faster than you because they are delaying, you are trying to have a very good platform or your futures are intact, they'll just take advantage of the market. But if you release, oh, you are building, you are iterating based on customers' feedback. So it's always advisable to use the agile methodology when you are building your product as product managers. So what are the key roles in agile team? We have the product manager or the product owner. We already know what product manager is and what product owners are as well. So their role as product manager, what's your role in an agile team? You define the product vision. Like I said, you are the CEO of the product. You define the vision and you set priorities, you prioritize the backlogs. You will be the one to say, this is what I want us to work on now. No, I don't think we should have a voice note feature at this point in time. I think we should ship out this feature first. So you are in charge of that. For every product vision, it is the sole responsibility of the product manager to do that, to define in clear terms. And always remember that when you define this thing, it is not enough that you define it. It is also important that you relate this to all stakeholders involved. Carry all your stakeholders along. Prioritize your backlogs. It is only when you know what the product vision is, that's when you can prioritize. That's when you can know what features are involved. And that one is your development team, the cross-functional team that builds the test and test the product increment. So yes, you have the product manager. You already know what your role is as a product manager in an agile team. Then in an agile team, you have the development team, which comprises of your developers, your QA testers, your DevOps engineer, depending your system architecture, depending on your organization. So you work cross-functional. They help you build and test the product. Then you have your scrum master. If you are using scrum, they facilitate the agile ceremonies and remove blockers. You can call these the project managers. They help you remove blockers. This person front end is having blocker because the API that backend gives is not responding. So they go to backend. Okay, what can be done? The DevOps engineer needs to come. So they actually help you to remove backlogs. So which is very important that we understand the key rules in agile team. So now we have a class activity to do. We have to match values. We all know what the values of an agile product management is. So we have to match the values to the meaning. Looking at what we have in the agile manifestos and the advantages that we have for agile. So you have to internalize while agile emphasizes on flexibility over strict planning. So this is it. Agile, look at this agile value now. And we have the agile value and we have the agile benefit. So I want you to link this. Let me do a better so that we can do a better machine here. Student.
Sorry, is it just me or we are just three on this call?
Let me check. Hold on. One, two. Yeah, we just we're just three. Can somebody send reminder to the group, please?
Okay.
I'm just happy that my accountability partner is a serious person. She's not like me.
Hey, I did analyze on the call. Okay, don't worry, we'll catch you some other day. Yeah, you know, a serious person. I said she's not like you.
Not a serious person.
Mm.
So you said she's back. So we are four.
So you
We're
said
making
where
four.
is your accountability partner?
I think he's at work.
You think you are not even sure. What's our agreement? I thought we agreed to be checking up on our accountability
Yes,
partner.
ma. We spoke yesterday, but I'll check on him now.
Please do, please do. It's been a while I saw Abraham. Was Abraham on the call yesterday? I'm not sure.
I think they said he's writing exams and he will not be available for 2 weeks.
Okay. That's true. That's true. I now remember. Matter probably because of our work. So now I just put the scorecards before. Let me. This is value card. This is the benefits. Benefits. Okay, so this is the benefits. Okay, I think I got this now. Come on now. I got this. All right. Okay. So here we have the values of Agile, and here we have the benefits of Agile. So match the value to the benefits. I don't know if you understand. Match the value to the benefits. Like for instance, now responding to change. Responding to change. What's the benefits when, as a product manager, using the agile approach, you respond to change? Does it help the team to adapt quickly when requirements change? Or does it ensure that the product solves the user's problem? So who's going to attempt first? Let me know if you understand the activity.
I don't understand it.
Mm, okay. Let me just use one as an example, then we'll attempt the rest.
Can I try?
Let me quickly do an example before you try.
Okay.
So the first one, responding to change, is still the first one. The benefit of you responding to change, one of the values of agile product management, when you respond to changes, it helps the team to adapt quickly when requirements changes. So like you are matching number one to number one. Toriseju Adedamola, do you understand?
Yes, ma, I do.
Mhm.
Like what they do in prep, then you match something to something
There,
and
and what's the
bring them
benefit? What benefit for this customers collaboration now? When you embrace customers collaboration as a product manager, what's the benefit?
to ensure the product solves real users' problem.
Are we agreeing with that?
I think
No,
it's number
not
5.
agree.
Think is number five. What's number five? Allows the team.
I'll choose number six.
Eh?
No, it's not number six. Number seven.
Number seven. What does number seven
It's
say?
even everything that is correct.
Abi, because if you collaborate with customer, it definitely you solve user problems now, Abi. Um,
Okay. Anyways, the answer to number two, customers collaboration, is still number two, which is ensures that the product solves real users' problem because you are collaborating with them, you are solving their real problem. You are not acting based on guesswork. So we're trying again. One and two is out of it. Number three, which is working products.
Still number 3.
Hey, you people are now. So you want to be using, is it chronological order? Still number three. Why do you say still number three? Deliver
I'll
the
be number
feature early and often.
I
I
think
think it's
number
number
six.
7.
Number six matches number three.
Number six. Learning.
Six is iterative delivery. Iterative delivery matches delivers usable features early.
Mm, working products. Anyways, for working products, it delivers usable feature early and often because when you have a working product, that's when your customers can use it and you can get their feedback easily. So it deliver usable product early and often because you keep iterating. So that's for number three. Who is trying number four? Individual interaction. Individuals and interactions. Anyone? Are we on the call? Am I the only one on this call?
Yes, ma'am. Number 4.
Hmm.
Number
no,
four is
Mawa, yeah, somebody is responding. Like, Babatunde is typing.
You want to use abracadabra for us, Abatunde?
Number 4 is number 5.
Uh,
Ah, no.
Number five is number five. Let me see. Individuals and interactions, improves teamwork and communication. Number five, continuous feedback. What happens when you get continuous feedback?
Number five.
We allow the team to improve the product based on correct. Then number six, iterative delivery. That's after you have implemented that feedback. The
Yeah, it's still
feedback
number six.
reduces risks by releasing in small. Sure. Number seven, flexibility over fixed plan. Wasting time and building the wrong future. Then learning through experimentation, it encourages innovation and continuous improvement. Okay, so let's go to where we have the answers. So, yeah, responding to change, we are all right because it's just the same. They are just the same numbers. Let me put it that way. So they are just the same numbers. That's the way I structured it. It's simpler for us, but let's understand it not only by just saying the answers, so that when we are doing something we really know what benefits we get from doing this. So when you respond to change, you know that you are helping the team to quickly align with their requirements when requirement changes, and customers collaboration, it ensures that the problem solves real users problem. A working product deliver usable feature early and often. Individuals and interaction, so it improves teamwork when you people interact, when you talk. Just like if you keep talking to your accountability partner, it improves your teamwork and communication. At least if I ask you where's this person, you already know why the person is not in the meeting, because you interact with the person. So it improves your teamwork. You people, you have to communicate and work as a team well. Then continuous feedback, it allows the team to improve on product based on users' input. So when you are getting your continuous feedback, it helps you to improve. They told you today there is a bug, and we need reminder feature, just like we see in that sprint one and sprint two, a savings feature, a saving goal feature. Then customers feedback was we need reminders. Now your sprint two now is implement reminders. So the continuous feedback allows you to improve the product based on the user's input. So then when you iterative delivery, it reduces the risk of release, it reduces risks by releasing in smaller step. Because if you go and take risk, just like what Alida Mola said about TikTok having audio feature now. So you now go and take risk. You want to go and build a competitive app uh to TikTok, but you are using the waterfall approach. You now wait till 1 year before you finish development and release. Before you release it, your TikTok has already given you users the audio feature. That means it's a great risk that you have taken. Waste of development time, waste of resources, energy, ideas, and the likes. So, but in an agile environment, the risk is being reduced. Then flexibility over fixed plan. So it prevents wasting time building the wrong feature exactly. So that's just it. Instead of you wasting a long time building the wrong feature, you think that customers, just like the example that we made yesterday, an export feature over a search feature for a fintech app to send money. Now you are now working on export feature, thinking that your customer will like export feature, but they prefer the search feature. It's more priority to them than the export feature, because even most fintech app, as somebody said yesterday, don't even have the export feature. So why now waste time building what will not be relevant at that point in time, building a wrong feature? It is a right feature, it's not really truly wrong, but it's not the right feature at that time. So you need to know what to build, when to build, how to build it, You have to work with your time as product managers. Learning through experimentation. So like I said, in if you are working in an agile environment, you don't have to be scared of making mistake, because you learn from your mistakes. You learn faster from your mistake. Don't be afraid to try new ideas. You try new ideas that don't work, you implement things that don't work. When they don't work, you change it quickly, you iterate. So it encourages innovation and continuous improvement. Yes, because when you brainstorm as a team, you brainstorm, oh, we want to do this particular thing, we'll now implement a feature. This feature doesn't work, oh, no problem, you think of another idea, you improve on that idea. Or that same feature works, but there's an edge case, you work on that edge case. That's innovation. It's not as if it's on most of the things that we do sometimes are not like things that we have on the system. We think about it, oh, we can do it this way. We work on it. We create our own idea that okay, why not do it like this? Developers write the code, it works, and everybody is good. That's innovative, taking that innovative step. So it's very important that we understand each value and benefits attached to each of the values. So the manifestos are not just there, the values are not just there. They are there because there is a benefit to it. Everybody, like in this life, I think everybody does or do what they do because they want to get a benefit in return. Or is there anyone among us that do anything, like is there anything you've done like you're not trying to get a benefit in return? Is there? Generous enough, like you're just doing your own, no, you're not expecting anything in return. Like why are you even studying program management? You're just studying it just because you want to know it. Any, are we here?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma. Why, yeah, ma.
So have you ever done anything without you having at the back of your mind that you need to get the benefit in return?
Serving in church.
Serving in church.
But the color is pink.
But you still expect God to bless you now.
Ah, that's what I wanted to say.
But the main reality is spending on a woman.
Glorious.
Azam now.
That's what justify.
Glorious, where's your accountability partner? Why did you join the call late?
No, I didn't join it. I joined about 15 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago is not late. That's
That's very
5 minutes
early.
into the class.
I'm
That's
sorry.
very early.
Hmm. Okay. Continue. Where's your accountability partner?
Me,
Told
I'm
you. Told you.
Oh, okay. Ah. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I got it now. Hmm.
Yes.
So, like everybody, as they are doing something like this, you are looking for a benefit. Like serving God, you be like, as I'm serving God, God should bless me. Hey, God, sure you get, like there's always a benefit that you're having at the back of your mind that
What about
no
spending
ma.
money on your
The
younger siblings?
blessings, the blessings is what comes with serving God. It's not as if we're like serving God with the mind that oh I'm serving God, so God bless me. I don't know if I understand, but
yes, I do, but as humans, most times, yes, like it's not everybody that knows that okay, let me serve God, like just for serving God. Like I do not want to. Why is it that most times, okay, this week, how many of us, like in our prayers this week, like all we prayed is just thanking God? We've never asked for anything or raised any supplication, any. Like you are just thanking God, you're not saying that God should do anything for you, it's just thanksgiving. Tori Seju, okay. That's Thanksgiving. Okay, awesome. Yes, like majority of people don't really know this. Sure you get. So majority of
Ah,
people,
sure. Ma, ma, show more mommy. Yeah.
glorious, your
Yeah, we
voice
side
is
me. Oh.
unmuted.
Too much
Go
money.
side me.
Too much money. Really.
Yes,
Thanks.
poor people are so
Thanks.
bad. Glorious, I think Glorious left his phone somewhere. Okay, All right. Yes, it's actually good. Like the idea is serve God without expecting anything in return. But oftentimes people don't know this, and that's applicable to our life because almost all the time we do something because we want to get a benefit. We want to get a benefit. Like almost everything we do, we want to get a benefit from it. So, and that's what Agile also does. Like for every of those values, the values are not there for and just being there. The values are there and they have a benefit attached to it. Just like when you serve God, it comes with its own benefits. So that's it. We should always know that every value has its own benefits, whether you ask for it or you don't ask for it. Serving God comes with its own benefit. So the same thing when you follow agile products management, it comes with its own benefits. There are natural benefits that comes with it. Oh, you respond to change. If you respond to change, this is what you get in return. If it is good that you know how to do, there is an analogy that say be doing it. If it is bad, you will surely repeat because everything has its own natural benefits. Okay, so for assignments, we are building a mini backlogs. I believe we all know what backlog is now. If you don't know what backlog is, you can use the chat box. So,
Now, please, can you break it down?
okay, sure. Okay, so now there is
Exactly.
Babatunde. You are saying that okay, Martha said I should refresh. Babatunde, are you also saying that I should refresh?
I'm saying that so Rishaji said, can you break it down? I'm not saying backlog is just a breakdown.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. Anyways, when we talk about product backlogs, the same way we have product roadmaps is what we have product backlogs, and it is often used in an agile environment. So a product backlog is like a prioritized single source of truth. Like you have, depending on the tool you are using, though, depending on the tools, it's for instance, you have 100 features that you want to release for an application. So all those 100 features, you put it down, then you now put it in their order of priority. And that's why when I was mentioning the Jira, I was saying that Jira has different priority list from critical to low. That's the lowest priority. So is product backlog simply means you have a list of new or existing features that you want or bug fixes. Now it does not product backlog does not necessarily has to be features alone. It can be fixes, it can be bug fixes, it can be changes to an existing feature or an entirely new feature or other activities that the team has to do to get a specific outcome. So it's a single authority source of things that the team work on. So it's basically used to track progress. Let me put it that way. It's basically used to track progress of things. Now, how do I track what I've done so far? I want to build a savings app. What are all the features involved in building a savings app? I have 30 features. Now, that 30 features, I'll put it on my product backlogs. That's the tools. There's a tool you can use. You can use Jira, you can use Asuri. Yes, you can use Jira or Asuri for that. Now, if you are using Jira, you are you have a product backlogs that lists everything that team has to do to let me use the saving app now. Every fixes, every feature at first, I want to build a savings app. That one is understood that you want to build a saving app. Now you sit down. The ideation stage is where you start thinking of ideas. Oh, what what kind of features does the savings app needs? What solution is it preferring? So for me to prefer this solution, I need to do this feature, I need to build this feature, I need to build that feature for this particular thing to be done. Now, you have your book of ideas. You've listed ideas, there is a problem. Know that everything, like this, all in fact, all the topics are interrelated. We talked about user centric design where we said there should be a problem statement. You already have a problem statement that, oh, the problem is people are finding it difficult to save because most of the saving applications that we have are complex. That's your problem statement. Now, you want to prefer solution to it. Solution is to build a saving application that is simple and user intuitive. That's the solution. Now, how do you solve this problem? How can I build a simple, intuitive saving application? Okay, I will start by having a mobile application. Then for those that don't want to download the mobile app, maybe due to space, I can allow them to be using web. That's two ideas now. Two applications are involved. The web application and the mobile application. So for the web application now, what feature do I want the web application to have? Okay, for the web application, I want them to be able to have saving goals. And then I want them to have the save feature. Then I want them to also be able to automate their savings. I want to have a referral feature for the web. For the mobile, I want to have the same thing, but for the mobile, I want to add that they are able to contact customer service. I also want to add that they can also do a live chat with a customer service personnel. For the mobile, I want to create where they can also have badge for their savings and also get a savings or and a savings letter. So all these features now that you are mentioning, they are long features. Like it's not as if you want to dish out all the feature at once. Oh, you've mentioned like 10 or 20 features. So now all these features, where are you going to put them? Remember that this is now a technology world. I'm not sure people do paperwork again. No, I'm not sure people do paperwork again. So now you have written them down. Maybe you are very good with paper. You've written them down in a note that okay, these are all the features, entire features that will make up my savings application that I want to launch. Now you need to transfer that feature in a tool or in a place where all the stakeholders that will be involved, the team, will be able to see it. And that is what you call your product backlog. Now, all these 20 features that you have mentioned now will now be in your product backlogs. A very good example is, I don't know why I do not, I'm trying to open I'm trying to open a Jira account so that I can maybe one day we'll just go through Jira. It's going to be like a Jira class. Let's see how Jira works. So now I'll be using Jira. On Jira now, you have where you create tickets. Tickets are issues. Tickets are issues, they are features, they are things that your developer needs to work on, or your QA, your engineering team basically. Now you now go there and start creating all of these problems. You create all these tickets on Jira. So all these features that you have created now, that you want to have a saving goal, you want to have a referral feature, you break it down. One, have saving goal. Two, referral feature. All these things are called product backlogs. Now you now have 20 features. In this your 20 features now, you want to start building. You cannot build the 20 at once because you want to use an agile approach. Then you will now create what we call sprints. When you create what we call sprints, now out of these 20 features that you put on your backlog, that's the product backlogs, that comprises of, always knows that your product backlog comprises of features, either new or existing, then bug fixes or other things that needs to be done. So most times sef, my product backlogs are necessarily not fixes, are not only fixes or features. They even, most times I put what myself needs to do, so that it serves as a reminder, so that when I'm seeing that this thing is pending, I know I have to do this thing. I have signed the task to myself. So that's what it means. Everything that needs to be done to achieve a common goal. Now you now start your sprint. Okay, you want to do a 2 week sprint. Out of these 20 features that you have listed on your product backlogs, you now move one, two. For instance, you want to start with future saving goals, then save future. You now move that two features into your sprint. The other ones remain in the backlogs. You can have backlogs that will stay for like a year. The other ones will remain in your backlogs. You are only moving two. Now you now do your savings goal in your sprint one. Then you get a feedback according to the example I gave. You get a feedback that they need, user needs reminder. Now this user need reminder, you go and add it to your product backlog. You no add it to your sprint o. Remember you are doing sprint one. You no add user needs reminder feature. Reminder feature will be in your product backlogs. Then you now analyze that as a product manager, okay, this reminder feature, is it necessary at this point in time? If it is necessary, then when you end your sprint one and you are moving to your sprint two, you now add it to part of the future that you want to do in your sprint two. Now you have added reminder feature. Reminder feature is not telling them exact date. They want the exact date. That is modification. You add it as well. Reminder date should be inclusive, abi date should be inclusive in reminder date. You add it to your products backlog. When you finish that sprint, you add it to your next sprint. Now it's now comprising of not just new feature but existing feature. Now maybe when you do your reminder, they said the ui needs to be modified. The ui is not giving enough. You add it to your product backlogs. Ui needs to be modified. The design needs to be modified. Now first thing that we added to the product backlog was new features. Second thing was existing feature. You have done a reminder feature, but they want the reminder to have date. That is an existing feature. Now third thing that you are adding to your product backlog is design modification. That is existing feature. It's an existing feature already. Now in your product, in your products backlogs, maybe when you get your user feedback, they say when they click on save, when they click on the save feature, instead of it taking them to asking them the amounts they want to save, it's taking them to their bank, or is not responding. That is a bug. That it is not responding, save feature is not responding, shows this, put it in your product backlog. That is now a bug. So now your product backlog, you can now see from this explanation that your product backlog now contains new feature, existing feature, features to be modified, bug fixes as well. So for everything that you need to do for your product to be successful, everything will be in your product backlogs. Then you now be taking it in smaller piece into sprint. You be taking it in smaller piece, But your product backlog will give you an idea of the entire thing that needs to be completed. So it's like a source of things that the team needs to work on. And when they've worked on anyone that they've worked on Jira, you have done, you have awaiting deploy, you have testing, so that you know that developers have finished this thing or they've worked on it on their local. They are waiting for it to be deployed. There's another one that says testing. They've deployed, now it's for the QA to test. Undone, that means they've not even done it. There is rework, that means they've worked on this thing but they need to rework on it because it's not working. So you now see that is for you to be able to monitor everything that is happening regarding the tasks that the team needs to be done. So you keep adding items to your product backlogs. So it's really easy, and you can also remove. Maybe you add design modification now, and tomorrow you now see that this design modification is going to cost you a lot and it's not necessary at this point in time. You can remove item from your backlogs. You remove it. So it's usually easy to remove your products from backlogs if it will not be delivered. If you have that assurance that this thing will not be delivered, why put it in the product backlogs? You have to clean your backlogs as well. So you remove it from there. So product backlog is just where you keep all items that the team needs to work on, and it should also be easy for you to remove. It's easier for the team to also look at it. When you look at it at the glance, you know what is in progress, what is done, what is pending. So that's for product backlogs. I don't know, do we understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So it's just a way for the team to understand what needs to be done, and also to get an idea of what the team is currently working on. All right, so let's go back to the assignment. So build a mini backlog. So you can use your Google Docs to build a mini backlog for now. Give a product idea. That's what are you trying to build? You're building a grocery app, a grocery delivery app, you are building a social media app, or you want to build a savings app, a fintech app. Let's know what exactly the product. What's your product idea? What are you trying to build? Then you now list 8 to 10 user stories. That's the future. Just like I explained earlier now in product backlogs, that you now have list of futures that needs to be done. For your saving app to function, you need this, you need this, you need that. So you list all of these features, put it in user stories. Do we know what user story is? Any idea of what user story is? We might want to talk about user stories in other classes too, though. Let me know if we have an idea of what user story is.
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just touch base on it. Like I will not really, but let's just user story, as the name implies. Or is there anybody that wants to help that knows what user story is?
No, man.
Okay, Babatunde, any idea?
Yeah, user story is just a list of what the user is intending to use the app for. Like you put yourself in the shoes of the user, then you list out what the user is trying to use the app for. I think that's the user story. Like a story behind the app that the user is intending to use.
Okay, all right, thanks for that attempt. All right, so for a user story now, yes, putting yourself in the shoes of the user. So user story are just brief. They are brief. Oh. It's not like you go and write 100 page of user story or a page of user story. They are very brief description of features. written from the end user perspective. Their brief description written from the end user's perspective, depending on your user, depending on who you are building for. So one thing you should know, like, your user story should involve your user, the goal, and the benefit. The goal, the user, the first thing first, the user, the goal, then the benefit. Why do you even need user story? You need user story to guide your development team. You are breaking that work into manageable parts so that you are ensuring that the focus is delivering value. So it is only when you break it down into user story, that's when your developers can understand, teams involved can understand what exactly you are trying to build. So it's just simply you breaking it down into manageable piece, putting yourself in the shoes of the user. That's what user story is. And note that when you talk about user stories, you are talking about the user, you are talking about the goal, and you're also talking about the benefits. So I'll give you an example. Let's use the saving application now. You want to build a future that allows customers a future that allows customers to set saving goal. So how do you write your user story? As a user, I want to set savings goal so that I can be able to work towards saving a particular amount, or work towards saving towards a particular thing. Because when you are saving towards a particular thing. So when you are writing your story now, because you are writing to save, you are writing a perspective of the user towards a particular future, which is a saving goal. So how do you write this? As a user, I want to set saving goal so that I can be able to achieve this. Why do we set saving goal now? You think about it. Why do we set saving goal? In order to accomplish something, in order to accomplish that. So just put it as a user, I want to be able to do this so that the benefit has to be there. Just like I mentioned, the benefit has to be there. For instance now, you are working on a fintech application to send money, and you are saying, as you want to work on a transaction history feature. Then you say, as a user, I want to view transaction history so that I can have a clear insight or understanding a clear insight or understanding on the details of my transaction. What does this help you to do? It helps the developer to understand where you are coming from. That, oh, you are relating as a user now. It helps the developers to understand that, oh, this is it. So when the developer is building, the developer already have an insight that, oh, you're speaking from the user's perspective. This is what you want to do. They are building towards that. That's why it's very, very important that you put your futures, you write user stories for your futures, so that the team can better understand what you are trying to achieve. I don't know, does it make sense? Do we have questions? And can somebody also do example of a user story? Think of a future. Think of a future and write a user story for it. Who is helping? Teresa, you said you be in my gym. problem. So who is helping us with a user story? Think of a future, then write a user story for that future. If you're able to do this, it's easier for us to tackle the assignments here. So let's think of a future. Who is going first? Adedamola, Glorious, Babatunde, Toriseju. Who's going?
Now, what's the question?
Yeah, I said you should tell us a user story. Think of a future, then build a user story, a very short user story that captures the user, the goal, and the benefits.
Let me just use the TikTok feature that the data mentioned,
Oh, okay.
the feature that they added recently. So we can say as a user, I want to be able to send voice notes instead of typing all the time when chatting. I think that's a feature that was added, and that's the user
What's the
story behind
benefit?
it.
Now
The
you've
benefit
talked
is
about the user, then the goal, but you've not talked about the benefits.
the benefit is that the user will be able to send voice notes easily and quickly. So information will move faster instead of chatting and typing.
Correct. As a user,
Yeah.
I want to be able to use voice notes, send
Voice
voice
notes.
notes
Yeah,
so that I can communicate faster
yeah, and send information faster.
and send information. Makes sense. Makes sense. Thanks. Who is going again? Another person, please.
Ma, I'll try. I'll try.
Okay.
Um, this thing I'll use UBA's bank app again.
Okay.
Like as a user, I want to be able to make transfer easily without having to input description, because you can't make transfer without indicating what the money is for, even when you're in a hurry.
But you already have that feature now. That's an existing feature. Now you want to modify that feature for them. Like okay, you don't want to make description mandatory.
Yes.
Hmm. I don't think you should put that in a user story though. Except you want to build that sense.
Please, I want to try now.
Glorious, you said?
I want to try.
Okay, I'm coming. Let me clarify with story surgery. So story surgery so that's an existing feature, or you can just say if you want to build a user story around that as a user, I want to transfer uh well you can still build a user story around that though. But it mostly works when you're building a new feature. So I want to transfer. So in order not to without description, meaning remove the description, you can easily tell your developers to make description, how will I put it, optional rather than mandatory. So you don't have to you don't have to go through that stress of writing a user story for them because you want them to remove that mandatory field for description. So it's something they've already built it, except you want to, it was when they were building that send button to transfer that, okay, as a user, I want to transfer to my loved ones so that they can be able to get the funds. Now, it will now be in your acceptance criteria that make description optional. That's going to be under your acceptance criteria. So, but most times when you write your user stories, you write your user stories to to pitch or to let your engineering team understand what you are trying to build. I don't know if you get that, Oluseju.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank you,
right,
ma'am.
thank you so much for attending. Gloria, as you want to try, please proceed.
Yeah, yes, ma. Please don't mind the background noise. Oh.
Okay,
I'm on
sir.
the road. Yeah. User story. I was talking about as a customer. I want to buy this thing. I want to buy gold so that I can preserve my wealth and protect my money against inflation. Do you understand, ma?
Mm.
User story. As a customer, I want to buy gold so that I can preserve my wealth and protect my money against